Hi, my name is Dave Kim. I'm an enterprise sales engineer and I'm here to talk to you today about Google Apps. Google Apps includes email, calendar, and other collaboration and productivity tools such as Presence and IM, Google Docs, and Google Sites. Google Apps is a completely hosted environment. You can see here that the Gmail interface has been branded for the domain. You can also see that each user has been offered 25 gigs of space for all of their mail so that they can find it very quickly later. Presence in chat is also built in so that users can find others that they might be working with to see if they're busy or available. Let's take a look at a conversation. You'll notice here that there's a number 5 on this email. As I click it, you can see that the number 5 actually reflects 5 different correspondences that are going back and forth. Because of threading, I can feel confident that I have all the information in front of me. I can choose to go back in time and click on a portion of this thread. I even know when new emails come in. I can see at the bottom right that this conversation has been updated. And by clicking on it, again, I have the most recent information. Responding is easy too. I can even choose to quickly change to reply all, forward, or even choose to respond by chat. When I do that, you can see that Soren will get this message in context of this email thread so that he knows what I'm talking about when I respond. I can choose to tag and filter my mail too by applying labels. You can see the share label applied to this. I could click on the label here to quickly find that piece of mail or thread, and you'll notice that the email conversation also includes the chat conversations that we're having, so it's much easier to find things. I can also quickly find things by using keywords in search. And within a second, I'm able to find my messages. In addition to saving all my emails and chats in context, I have built-in spam and virus controls as well. Let's take a look at an email. I can see that the vice president is visiting stores and I'm supposed to help for each meeting. I can click and see this calendar because it's been posted on a Google site. I can look at it in month view or week view, in addition to the agenda view. This calendar actually looks very familiar because I helped organize it. When I go to my calendar, I can not only see my own calendar, but other calendars that I have permissions to. In this calendar, which is the VP schedule to visit stores, I actually have write permissions. Going to add travel to his itinerary. You can see that I can choose to drop it on any calendar that I might have permissions to. Let's go back and see what else is on the Google site. Google Sites is an environment where you can create a collaborative intranet, extranet, workspace, wiki, and much more. This Google site was created so that headquarters can communicate with their stores, stores can communicate with other stores, and stores can also communicate with their employees. Let's take a closer look at this page. We can see the calendar again embedded for the VP store visits. We can see that we can communicate with online sales and support if we have any questions that our customers are asking us that we don't know the answer to. We can also see that the headquarters has made the new commercial available to us before it's been published. And also, headquarters has made certain documentation available to the store managers. You can see that there's a friends and family discount form that's been handed out, an equal opportunity form that might be posted, another sign that might be posted, inventory reports that the managers might use, credit card applications for customers, and even a presentation for new employees. Let's take a look at the rest of the site. You'll notice that the navigation section may or may not include everything that's on the site, or even embed things that are on the site into other locations. So for example, store updates can be found here embedded into the first dashboard. Let's take a look at the damaged goods tracking. We can see that the managers now have the ability to track all losses and damage by clicking here. We quickly go to a list where we can add records on where things happened, choose a date of when it occurred, and how it was broken, and the value. Other lists can be created as well. We can also see corporate news in this web page, store collateral, which we looked at earlier, the damaged goods, which we just looked at, store updates, and look at a greater view of the web page by looking at a site. That's a lot of information. Luckily, like the rest of Google Apps, we can use search to find information very quickly. Here I found a page that's not in the navigation. You can see someone has shared information that has trends that'll help us determine where we're going to open new stores. This is actually a Google document that has been embedded into the Google site. The Google documents that you have permissions to or that you've created can be found here. You can see that we have spreadsheets, word processors, and presentations. Let's take a look at a spreadsheet. Here we can see that the retail store regional forecast has been posted. Looks like the East region information hasn't been put in yet. You can see this because you don't see it here, and you also don't see it in the chart. Sounds like I got an instant message. Looks like someone sent me an email where I need to put in my information, so it looks like that missing information is actually something that I need to put in. Instead of looking through my inbox and trying to find that mail, I'm just going to use search to find that. Ah, there it is. I must have looked at it already, as I put a to-do label on it. I can see Alex has made it real easy for me by embedding a form into the email. I'll fill out the information right here. And submit it directly from my inbox. Let's go look at that information again directly in the Google spreadsheet. We can see that information has showed up right here. That's the line item that I just put in. And we can see that update very quickly in the chart as well, showing that it's very dynamic, interacting with the data right there in the spreadsheet. I'm going to let Dieter know I just took care of it. I'm going to take one last look at that spreadsheet. I want to make sure all of my information is correct after I've shared it back with Dieter and the team. I can see that Dieter's opened this as well, and so we're both in there at the same exact time. I can see my cursor and what cell that I'm in, and I can also see what cell Dieter's in. And as we look at this, he can edit things live at the same time as myself. So if we see any changes that he might do, I can see those. And you can see he just put in 800, and this green chart here reflected those changes. Let's go take a look at our site again. Suppose you wanted to share that information that we just had and embed it into this Google site so we can make it easier for others to see. What I've done ahead of time is use that same type of information and embedded it into Google Sites. Clicking on Sales, you can see that I've embedded a chart that's coming directly from Google Docs that is a direct reflection of a sheet that also comes from Google Docs, and even a form where people can fill out information and have it directly reflected in this information. Well, that's about how much time we have left today, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you find some use cases that might be applicable in your environment. Just to recap, Google Apps is a hosted environment that includes email, calendar, Google Docs, which has spreadsheets, presentations, and word processors, all which we can collaborate live on, Google Sites, Presence and Chat, and other collaboration and productivity tools. Thanks for your time.